And I am back with a brand new episode of All's Fair Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot episode. There's two more episodes attached to this, so I will get it to y'all, but I'm kind of in a bit of a rush. Gotta go to work. But let's just talk about this episode. It's actually good, y'all. It comes on Hulu. If you have Disney, then you have, thank you, then you have Hulu Plus. If you have Disney, then you have Hulu, okay? Um, and then I was also, sorry y'all, I will bring Love and Hip Hop Miami sometime today. I'm gonna be a little behind on reviews, but my bad. I'm, you know. Anyway, sorry y'all. So we start the episode. We get a flashback from 10 years ago. Allure, who's played by Kim Kardashian, she's talking to Liberty. Liberty, I forgot who played Liberty, but they're talking about how the managing senior partners at the law office are acting. They're misogynistic. They don't respect the women. Y'all know how that go. And so the ladies just sit there, be quiet in all of the meetings. They are all attorneys, okay? And the jokes that they make, like one of the managing partner made a joke that said children should be seen and not heard, and she felt the way because she felt like they were talking to them specifically. They're young women, and as attorneys, they're good lawyers, but they're young. So they leave the meeting, they have a chit chat, Allure and Liberty. They talk, they like, listen, I think it's time for us to leave the firm because we're not respected. And so Dina comes in. Dina is played by Glenn Close, I want to see. And she was like, she knew that they wanted to leave the firm before they even realized they wanted to leave. She tells both Allure and Liberty, I've seen your faces in the meeting, and that, I know it's a bit uncomfortable. They are a lot uncomfortable to deal with. So for the past, before Allure and Liberty came on to the law office, Dina was the only token woman there. She'd been there for a decade, 10 years, no women. So as Dina came on, she started hiring more women. So Dina gives them her blessing to start their own firm. She's one of the partners, I want to say. And she tells them, listen, start your own firm. Don't go to another firm. Find your own firm. She's absolutely cool. Gives them their blessing. All the women that work at that particular place, Dina, all the women that work there, Dina has hired a lot of women because she didn't want to be she got tired of being the only woman. So, they have a really good working relationship with Dina, and maybe out, I don't know about outside, but working relationship, they have an amazing relationship with Dina. And so Dina was like, listen, if y'all can take one woman with y'all, who would it be? So then we meet Emerald. Emerald is played by Niecy Nash, y'all. She was the investigator, I guess, at their law firm. We're still 10 years back. So she's a lead investigator where they currently work. So Allure, Liberty goes up to, what's her name? Goes up to Emerald, and they asked her to be their lead investigator at their new firm, and you'll be making $3 million, $3 or $4 million in about 3 years. She was like, where do I start? Okay? Because she felt like she had it good over there until the ladies, gave her the prop for working with them. This how this gonna look, okay? So then we meet Keratin. I think her name was Paula. Her real name is Paula or Pauline. I forgot her name, but she's been on a lot of things. She's the type of employee she works hard. She's a good attorney, but she's all about what she can get, how she can get it. Like, she's not a girl's girl, okay? If that makes sense. So she gets mad when she finds out that Allure and Liberty are starting their own law office. And she tells them, I wonder what Dina's going to say. So they let her know Dina gave us her blessing. She was livid. She goes into Dina's office. She was like, I feel abandoned. She's mad because the ladies didn't want to take her with them. Now, y'all remember Carrington. Remember that. And she goes into, once she's in Dina's office, just fussing, throwing things down, just having this tantrum. That is who she is. She's not able to control her emotions, y'all. And so she decided she wanted to start her own law firm. So she, we don't know what's happening after that. But she brings in, we did find out that she brings in all the billable hours. Okay. I might start calling her Keratin with the billable hours. Okay. So Allure is on her way home, y'all. She's driving a drop top Bentley. I feel like that's Kim Kardashian's actual car. And she pull up in this nice mansion. She is absolutely rich. This we're flash forward to 10 years back. 10 years later. So we're back in current time. She comes home, she has a chef, she has a staff full of people, and she's waiting for her husband Chase. He comes home, he claims he forget it's their anniversary, and he brings her a ring. And I'm kind of looking at him like, where you been? Chase is a baseball player. He makes his own money, so he's a baseball player, y'all. And so he said he forgot, but he bought her a ring from Tiffany's. Beautiful ring. And in the next scene, we see Allure, Emerald, and Liberty. They're sitting around in their round table at their office. They've been in business for 10 years. They are divorce attorneys. They make money. They help women. Their clients are women and only women. So, but there's a law firm that's staffed only women. Okay? And I wasn't mad at that. So they're sitting at their round table just having a conversation like, what was your worst client? What was your best client? Yada yada. So then they get a letter. Teyana Taylor is Milan. She comes in with a fruit basket from Carrington. Carrington sent the ladies a fruit basket. It was like a nasty piece. The letter was a nasty piece of work, y'all. And she put in the fruit basket, had a touch of salmonella and fecal matter. Okay, she wanted to tell them happy 10 years because she's still bitter because they left, and they left without her because she wanted to be included in that. But again, she's not on the same type of time that they are on. Okay, she on some BS. All right. So she's in a letter. The letter is her gloating, letting them know that how much she's outbilled them in the 10 years and how she's made the top 100 over and over as an attorney, which is why you're not working with them. This is why, your attitude. So we find out Milan, who's played by Teyana Taylor, she's taking a bar this spring. So Allure was like, okay, listen, this weekend we're going to study. Oh, no, not there yet. So they talk about, after the ladies read the letter from Carrington, they jump right into business because they have a potential client named Grace. She's married. She was, trying to be an actor. She worked at at a little coffee shop, and a man walked in. She met him. She married rich. She was supposed to be an actress. Her husband is the head of the tech company. His name is Lionel Lee. The prenup states if she leaves, she can only take the clothes that's on her back. However, she is a kept woman, and she can't leave. He don't allow her to leave the house. He made her give up on all her dreams, hopes, family, friends, and even wanted her to do like threesomes and stuff. I think we're gonna get down to that. So as they're talking about the case, Allure tells Milan, hey, we're studying this weekend. Flashcard, we're going to have flashcards and mimosas. So she looked at her kind of weird, like, okay, I was here for it because Allure was on her side. So Milan, I think she may be their paralegal right now. She goes to take the fruit basket to the trash because it had a smell to it. She get a text from Chase. Remember, Chase is Allure's husband, saying, I can still smell you on me. Girl. No, ma'am, Pam. Okay? Because we not doing that. So Grace comes in the next scene, we see Grace come into the office, and She wants to leave. However, he won't give her the divorce. Grace tells them that he's a controlling person, so he wanted to add additional people into their sex life. So they had a threesome with a woman named Emma. But the problem is, she fell in love with Emma because Emma made her feel alive. Emma made her feel seen. Emma made her feel all the things that he ain't doing. Okay? He ain't doing nothing but satisfying him and making everything about him. He wants this woman, he wants Grace to be about him, and his controlling self won't even give this lady the divorce. Okay? They tell her, we got you. We'll take care of all of this. She said, they was like, listen, you just go home, think of a number to come with that we could go, we could get you this divorce settlement. And so it was like, anytime you think of something traumatic, add a 0. When I tell you I was here for it, add a 0. Okay? They represent rich people. Okay? So they get their money. So Liberty gets a call from this woman named Sheila. Her husband, Theo, he wants a divorce from her. And he's knocking on the door. She locked herself in her room, knocking on the door. And Liberty was like, okay, you have to give me deets. What's going on? So apparently they married in California, but they moved to New York. And so any type of divorce or anything like that, it has to go with whatever, they get, whatever divorce proceed. I guess they have to follow the California law as it relates to their divorce. So that's why Sheila called Liberty. I forgot her name. Judith, the lady who played on Who's the Boss? The one who played Judith something. She's playing Sheila. She's married to Theo, but he wants to divorce her. So we find out, that Sheila went out on a date. She would have been seeing this young dude behind Theo's back. And we also find out in their prenup, it stipulates that if she ever cheated on him or humiliated him, she would be out on her blankety blank. And Sheila also lets her know, hey, do you have any jewelry around the house? She says yes. She was like, okay, that jewelry can, that's your money, that's your nesting. Okay. So Liberty tells Sheila earlier that day, yes, her jury is her way out. So we do see that she has jewelry, but it's locked in a safe. And a safe is a whole nother room with just jewelry in it. Like, they're rich. And so Liberty finally arrives. She take a quick jet to Cali. They have their own personal jet. So they could go wherever they want, how fast they want to go. This is how much the bag that the girlies got. Okay? So she finally gets there. And she goes to speak with Sheila. And Sheila lets her know that all of these gifts, this jewelry is sorry gifts. Sorry, I miss your MRI. Sorry, I missed your birthday. Sorry, I missed your anniversary. So he's never available for her, we see. Which is probably why, this is why she did what she did. She's never available. But you always think that things are a way to keep people. You cannot keep people with just things. It is more than that. And a lot of people know that. They just feel like, because I have money, then I don't have to show up emotional. Like, I don't have to show up with the emotions because the money will make up for it. That's not how that work, y'all. That's not how that work. Okay. So, Sheila said, he won't let her take anything out the house, because it's in a prenup. So, Liberty explains to her that anything that was gifted to her during the course of their marriage, she can take. So anything he gifted, you can't tell her she cannot take it. She can absolutely take those things. The jewelry alone, I want to say, was 14 million. Like, it was a lot of jewelry. So it was like 14 million. So they put all they took was jewelry, all her jewelry. That was it. And so we get back to the law office where Emerald is trying to find something. You remember, Grace is married to Lionel. So Emerald couldn't find anything online. She's good at going like at the computer stuff. So she couldn't find anything on him. So after she couldn't find anything, she told him, followed him around for 4 weeks, and we find out that he's meeting with a dominatrix. So back over at Sophia's home, her and Liberty leave the house with just the jewelry box. It was like 4, 5 or 6 boxes, little totes of jewelry. And that was all hers that he has gifted to her. So Theo comes out of the house and tells her, you could have just stabbed me in the heart. You didn't have to go out and cheat on me. She said, I would have never cheated on you. True. He has never cheated on her. She goes up to him. She was like, I did it. She said, I didn't even want the other guy. He wasn't even cute. Like, I did it because he looked at me the way you used to look at me. And again, you guys cannot forget about your spouse. You cannot forget about your spouse. And even though it was wrong, I'm not condoning any cheating. You left her to dry. She has needs and wants, and you wasn't needing or meeting that because you kept trying to, pawn it off with money and jewelry. So then she was like, deuces, she left. So Allure, in the next scene, we see Allure and Liberty. Liberty is back in Cali. She goes to visit the dominatrix that was, Lionel was one of her clients. And they let her know how he's treating his wife and all of the things. So she gave a little pushback. At first she was like, nah, I'm not getting in the middle of that. So Allure was like, in exchange for information, all of the information between you and Lionel, you'll get 5% of, what happens out of that, what comes out of that divorce. 5% is $10 million for her. So the dominatrix lady was like, okay, just put it in the escrow. And she gave them all of the information, all of the tea. Because Lionel has always covered his tracks in all the dirt that he's done, but he don't know that they know about him meeting with a dominatrix. So we get to mediations. So Sophia, Liberty, and I'm sorry, not Sophia, Liberty, Allure, and Emerald are in mediations with Lionel and Grace. So they're showing all the, the videos, all the things that he's done. And I think they only show so far like 2 or 3 pics. And Lionel was like, you know what? He had to sign that divorce and he had to give up. I don't know what the details of it, but he didn't want none of that stuff out there about him. So, yeah. I want to say the people who they went up against for the other side on his attorneys was the guys that they used to work with. I don't know. I have to look at that again. So the ladies, they celebrate and they toast. See you later. The ladies, they celebrate and they toast. And she got her money. She's out of that divorce, and I guess I don't know if she's gonna be with Emma. I don't know how this show gonna go. I don't know if we're gonna see them again. I don't know if it's just gonna go case by case. So Chase comes home and he have a conversation with Allure. He tells her that he's not happy. He lets her know that he's drowning with her, and she was like, so me making money, basically her making money, makes him feel small. He tells her that he feels small next to her, and she was like, well, that's a you problem. That has nothing to do with me. He gets mad and tell her, okay, and that's not fair. Like, yes, you a baseball player. I'm an attorney, so I'm supposed to dumb myself down for you. Oh. So he tells her not to gaslight him because, we've been feeling it for years. and he asked for a divorce. And at this moment, she's just like, huh? So she calls over Emerald and Liberty. They come over to comfort her. It tells her, that she has a habit of picking all the wrong people. She laughed about it. She was like, oh my God, I didn't know. It was like, yeah, ma'am, you do. And she take it in stride. She cry her little tears. Not too much. She take it in stride. And it lets her know that he's afraid of being with a strong woman. And I don't like that. I love the fact that this is so femme. My God. This is why I love this show. I'm on board with it, y'all. This is it. And so they go get in a hot tub, they drinking their wine, drinking champagne or whatever. And then, they was like, hey, let's just go get in a hot tub and just talk and chill and do all of the things, because they are close. Those three ladies are extremely close. So then in the next scene, we see Chase, him and Milan tonguing, kissing. I was like, you need your ass whooped. That's how I felt about the whole thing. That's how I felt about it. Okay. And she go down and she, okay. And this is where the episode ended. And I'm telling y'all, Allure was she down for Milan, because Milan, it looks as if Milan is trying to do the right thing, going to law school, about to take the bar or whatever. But honey, wait till we find out. We need to know the backstory. It don't matter. You smashing this lady's husband. And even in a clip, we see that Chase is going to have Carrington to represent him. I don't know what episode this gonna be on, but they have 2 more episodes that drop. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get that out because I still have to do Love and Hip Hop Miami. Tonight Sisters come on. So I have a lot to do, but for now, I will see y'all later. I have to get out of here and go to work, but I hope y'all enjoy this review. Let me know what y'all think about All's Fair. It is on Hulu. Yeah, they dropped 3 episodes. Yeah, let me know what y'all think. It's so good. It's so good, y'all. If you have not, go around there and watch it. And I will see y'all tonight. Bye.